why did you write an entire book from Ravana's perspective? Like, what about that character fascinated you?
There are fascinating things if you really observe. Lynching of Ravana.
Lynching of Ravana.
Like Ravan Dahan, Ram Leela. Where does this happen? In India. Ramayana is across India, right? Where exactly the geographical space is? Now everywhere it might be happening, but traditionally where it...
North India.
Wherever the Islamic rule was there, that is the place this concept became rooted, that Ravan is evil. Wherever the Hindu kingdoms and the things flourished, there is no Ravan Dahan. There are lots of temples for Ravan. Doesn't mean Ravan is God anywhere. But in traditional Indian places where it has been less influenced by these thoughts, Duryodhana, Kerala has Duryodhana temples. Himachal has Duryodhana temples. Ravan temples are there. Tamil Nadu has Ravan temples. Kerala also has Ravaneshwaram temples. A lot of places have across India. This is a traditional India where it is not that much influenced by this viewpoint that one is good, one is bad.
So you're basically saying that before India was subject to invasions, probably all of India followed a very wide version of Hinduism, which as of now, you only see remnants of in Tamil Nadu and Kerala.
Not just there, Northeast
also.
Bengal.
The fringes of like India.
I'm not saying, I'm not saying this is superior, that is inferior. I'm just bringing you to a subtle observation.
Yeah.
Where does why the same Ravana is not getting the same kind of lynching everywhere? Actually, if you go as per our, you are arguing from the philosophy, you are arguing from the Puranic world. So you have to go by that logic. You cannot impose our logic of today and say that he is evil, he is good and all. If you go back, Ravana is nobody other than Jaya, who was the bodyguard of Vishnu. So he gets cursed. You know that story, no? Jaya and Vijaya. Jaya and Vijaya are the two bodyguards of Vishnu. So these Sanat Kumaras come, the Rishis come, and they want to have a meeting with Vishnu. So Vishnu says that don't let anyone inside. We are going to have a meeting. So Durvasa comes, and when Durvasa comes,
he's a sage.
He's a sage. So the sage comes to meet Vishnu. These people stop because that is their duty. The boss has told. And he curses them and goes. Now these people run to Vishnu that we followed your instruction. We followed the HR manual and we are cursed. What is this? He says that I can't do anything. You have to use your discretion when something of these things happen. Now you will have to have your karma vela. So he gives choice. Whether you can take 100 lives as my devotee, my bhakt, or 3 lives as my enemy. And we will teach the world about good deeds and the deeds, the karma and karma vela to the world, how it affects everyone. So they don't want to be devotees. They are intelligent, they don't want to be blind bhakts. They say that we will be your enemies for 3 births. That is how Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, Ravana and Kumbhakarna, and Shishupala in Krishna Avatar, Shishupala, Kamsa and Shishupala. In some versions it is Kamsa and Dandavakra, but mostly it is Kamsa and Shishupala.
So these were the same souls getting reincarnated as demons.
Every time. So in each birth, so in the first story itself, these people say, but you only instructed us not to allow anyone. Why you are free of it? So he says that, no, I will also have to pay the karma vela. Vishnu says, I also will have to pay the karma vela. I will have to come as human beings and suffer through it, or I will have to take birth as any other creature and suffer through it. So he has to come as Bhor, he has to come as Narasimha and fight Shiva in Narasimha Avatar. That is another story. So he keeps on paying the price. Both of them pay the price for whatever action they have done. Or they eat the fruits of their karma. So Ravana is nobody other than the bodyguard of Vishnu, and it is clearly told that it is Leela of Vishnu. Leela means drama or play. So it is just a play. It is just like a film or a show or a play.
Made for mankind to be able to understand life deeper.
Understand that whatever you do, whether you are God or demon or human or it is, whatever you do, you will pay the price for it. It is as simple as that. Putting it very simply. It's more complicated, but it's very simple also.
Sure.
Simple is this. So Ravana is not a demon. Ravana is playing the part of demon. It is like saying Amrish Puri is bad because he has played a lot of villain role.
Ja, Simran. I can't do it. Ja, Simran. But yeah, go on, sir. Like, what actually happens in the life of Ravana before
See,
Ramayana?
Ravana is a character who doesn't stop at anything.
Okay.
He wants to grab everything. That is why 20 arms are there, symbolically. Whether it is knowledge or whether it is wealth or power, he wants everything for... You want to accumulate. He's an accumulator and he tries to control everything. One way it is a good quality also. He tries to control destiny. One of the fascinating stories is he brings all... When his son is born, he brings all the planets to stand on. He's a great astrologer. So he makes them to stand on a position. Whether it is physically possible, whether it is science and all, no, it is not. It's a story. You take it like a story. Don't mix science and this thing with it. Here it as a story. He brings all the planets. But Shani, what he does, he keeps one leg. When the Indrajit is born, his son is born, he keeps one leg on a different place. And Ravana cuts his leg. So that's why Shani is lame as per this story. But see the man or the demon or the Jaya or whichever way you call him. He wants to control the universe. He wants to control the destiny. He doesn't want to leave it anything to fate. Fate also he brings it there. Another quality of it, he wants Kailas itself. He goes to Kailas. He tries to lift it and take it. He gets crushed by Shiva. You know that story, no? He tries to lift it up and Shiva presses his leg and all the hands gets crushed. What does he do? From there, he creates poetry. He creates the Shivadandava Stotra. He praises Shiva and he asks for more.
More what?
More power, more this thing. It never stops. He never stops wanting things. And Rama is the opposite of it. He doesn't want anything. So that is how the character has been created also. Rama doesn't want, he is detached. He doesn't want the kingdom. He loves his brothers, but he doesn't want to go back to Bharata. He loves his wife, but he abandons it. Whether it is right, wrong, morally, that's a separate story. But here is one man who doesn't want anything, and here is a man who wants everything. So one way of looking at it is a conflict between these two also.
What about the Ravana temple, sir? Why do they exist? Like in terms of what
Ravana
do you get?
is for knowledge. They pray for knowledge.
Okay. Because he had accumulated that much knowledge.
Ravana is considered as he wrote the books on pediatry. He wrote the books on Hasta Ayurveda. He wrote the books on, that is for treatment of elephants, treatment of horses, treatment of other animals, other Ayurvedic books. He wrote a lot of poetry. He was an inventor of many ragas, Veena.
Are these pieces of knowledge still accessible to human beings?
This, we don't know whether there was actually a Ravana or whether actually he wrote this, but these are all attributed to him. So what we have to understand is the entire civilization has attributed so many good qualities and achievements to this man who is considered to be a villain. Because the moment we say villain, we take it like the typical Hollywood or the present day Bollywood villain where it is all dark and hoo-ha-ha-ha-ha kind of villain. It is much more layered and this thing of that.
It's grey versus grey in some ways.
Say grey versus grey or even attributing color to it is a very Western concept where white is good and black is, all racialism starts from that. No, black is bad. Even the English language is full of that. And we have adapted to it. Actually in Indian, this thing black was considered auspicious. That is why Kali is black, Krishna is black, Devi is black. Most of our gods are black. Why should a country which has such skin tone, where 99% of the people are dark or shades of dark, attribute gods as fair. Only in television, Krishna has become fair and lovely Krishna. Otherwise, Krishna, the name itself is black, right? It's not even blue, it's black.
Yeah.